Very good. That's a crazy cosmetic on Kasane.
Freaking this pumpkin spider.
Pumpkin spider. I'm not. Yeah, it's actually a cool. I actually like that cosmetic. Surprisingly. Okay, I do want to talk about a couple of supports. We see the blood grenade onto Kasane. Sticky bomb is going to connect, but it's not going to be enough to save the pumpkin spider this time. So first blood goes the way of Talon.
More careful up here, because this, all you're playing for here as the Brood is to get level 6 as fast as possible, because then you take over the lane. None of them can be here. Maybe then later you need the Timber Saw to come up here, but damn, they're applying a lot of pressure.
Yep, Tombstone place this time. Kasane trying to outrun the meta, but he's not going to find his way to the tower, and the deny comes out from Ollie. That limp is not going to prevent him from denying his Tombstone in time.
Yeah, the game's going to slow down a little bit, as here, or for TSM, they should hope it slows down a bit. You're going to lose your mid tower, so Mikoto is kind of a no-go. They're not going to be able to kill him. You need Bryle to get 6, maybe he can get a surprise kill up top, but I think 23 will be ready as Q.
Yep, inside the cogs, and the battery assault, one of the best counters to this hero. Bryle killed and still level 5, by the way. Mikoto, I mean, by the time he's up, might even be level 8.
Queuing up the Boots of Travel, I think, and especially with this type of map, definitely can't fault him for doing that. As I mean, look how aggressive Talon are playing on the map. A lot of Q's moving right now. The aggressive ward as well. Finds Ari again.
Yeah, I mean, Ari's level 3. Yeah, this is looking really rough. Bryle, I mean, Pulverize is instantly canceled. That was very ambitious. The battery assault, very good, like we said. And Bryle will die. I'm not sure what that was. Maybe they're a bit tilted here, but this is just a rough start for TSM. Down 7-0, 5K net worth deficit at 10 minutes. Yeah, well, good news for them. In 2 minutes, a Wisdom Rune will spawn. Let's see if they can get it this time.
Honestly, that is like a comeback into this game. Smoke up and someone go on a goddamn mission to steal theirs.
Ollie's on that cliff, so Bryle putting him up there, looks like.
Well played, Bryle.
So this will lead to likely the first kill of the game for TSM. And it will, it's taken a while, but they'll finally get it. Hookshot in by Q. You can see Jabz pursuing from behind as well. Timado stuck inside the cogs, but he's doing a decent amount of damage onto Jabz, but the onslaught coming in very nicely from Bryle. He gets a double kill.
Let him cook. 3
have died though for TSM, including the carry, Mr. Timado's Drought.
You see a good hookshot, you push him back, you get them killed, you have Jabz come around.
All right, 14 minutes, Wisdom Runes. It's time.
They're getting 1.
Ari, blood grenade, dead.
Eats level 6.
He got it from the Wisdom Rune.
Easy clap.
Whitemon picks it up, MVP of the game so far for TSM.
They do scan it out that Talon are on their way to try and murder them once more. Here comes Mikoto. Just gonna steal some Ancients.
Bryle, not too happy with this. Actually cancels the Timber Chain mid-chain into the Pulverize now. This would be a very big kill if they can get it, and they do. Ollie's gonna be next on the list. Bryle on a killing spree because he's the only person that's gotten a kill on TSM.
I do think that Ari's Vessel could have a lot of impact on some of these next fights. Like maybe 23 Savage doesn't have Manta until then, or Mikoto doesn't have any Dispel, so Vessel can really do a lot.
Jabz has the Boots of Travel. It's gonna pop the BKB, not really needed.
Happy birthday, Whitemon.
Yep, happy birthday indeed.
Just get BKB'd lassoed by Jabz, so okay. As here Talon gonna get themselves in pretty quick.
Watch Roche's face in the bottom right. Watch for it. Have you seen it yet?
Yeah, I have. Where he comes out now. Oh, God. That scared me, dude.
That's right.
It's like a horror movie. So we'll have to wait 16 minutes until they do that.
That's right.
As a tier 2. Yeah, it's very hard to play. And I love this gem pickup from Talon. I don't know exactly who bought it, but them doing that when you're ahead on the map and that's all you're gonna do, as Jabz is looking for a move. Looks like he doesn't really want to lasso the techies.
Bryle hiding in the trees. Gonna be found now by Mikoto. He's gonna pop the BKB. Trying to go on top of somebody. The Pulverize actually gets canceled. I think it was by Bryle himself. As he's now gonna get lassoed back into the arms of everybody else from Talon. Kind of a weird engagement for TSM. The Aghanim Scepter online for Timado, but focusing on the range racks to start, as there's the reactive armor shield. Wow.
Oh, he's gonna stun everyone.
That's, yeah, it does.
Throw it.
Very nice.
You should be able to throw the shield, I think.
So they get the tier 3 tower in the bot lane.
Yep.
And obviously still with the Aegis intact. We'll see if they want to just continue this kind of methodical approach to the game. Not doing anything crazy, like Bryle, who gets quick onto the other side after the blink. Yeah, great job from Q. Bryle finally gets the BKB up with the Pulverize, doing a good amount of damage, but ends up dying there. And 23 Savage with a nice Sunder. It looks like Ari's going to get cleaned up. Q finally does drop, but it's going to cost them a lot of members. Lasso onto Kasane. Gets off the BKB, trying to TP out. Do they have the damage? No. So 2 for 1. Aegis will be consumed in a minute.
So I think TSM need to like find a way where Timado needs to get to hit in the fight, and Bryle needs an initiation where Ari gets to follow up. Like if you can somehow create the scenario as Bryle.
Yeah, nice pushback. He gets off his BKB, but they might have enough damage just to rip right through him. Getting control with the hook shot. So even if he comes back, the BKB is going to be on cooldown. As Boots of Bearing finished on TSM side. And meta's popped, so Barracks is, I think they're not ready for this up. Double rocket, the infinite rockets or whatever it is.
Triple rocket flare, so you can use, I don't know how many times, maybe like 5 or 6
4 or 5.
Yeah,
one of those close. 23 Savage focusing on the mid tower now as Bryle jumps in. He gets off the Pulverize, but not going to be able to find anything because of Grab Ally, indeed. Saves the day again, and 23 Savage can just continue hitting buildings.
They don't
I don't know what TSM can do here. They get the Fortify off, but there's no tower to help out. She's just delaying the inevitable.
Okay, Bryle looking.
Onslaught in, but the instant lasso to cancel him out.
Notice.
And it looks like Bryle's just going to melt under the pressure. Mikoto pops that reactive armor. And as usual, everyone from TSM has to run away. But they do defend the barracks technically.
I don't really blame them. It's really hard for them to find a way to win a fight. But I think going from the front, I don't know if that's the way. Maybe you have to do some funky play where you smoke around and kill the supports. I'm not sure.
Oh, there's my goodness. Yeah, that clockwork is scary. Oh, he gets harpooned back in, but Kasane has to be careful. That's funny, even if you harpoon in, you got that blade mail to work with. Mikoto pops the reactive armor. Batrider coming in on a creep, gets the lasso, finding Kasane. Double damage, 23 Savage, even in melee form, very fearsome. Ari comes in with a blast off, connects onto 2. Not a whole lot of follow-up as Bryle looking for somebody. Good onslaught. The BKB with the Pulverize as well. Ollie gets the tombstone. The Grab Ally is going to keep him safe and sound for the time being. He gets the Thunder as well. Triple kill for Mikoto. And some way, somehow, they do get the Terror Blade eventually, but it's going to cost them dearly. 2 buybacks now. Timado trying to... he's not going to get out either. 70 seconds of no buyback for the Drow Ranger. He's going to an ultra kill Mikoto. And he's not done yet. The Rampage to follow. Why not make it a double, my friend? Stolen by the disgusting Clockwork player. But either way, Talon. I'm actually surprised that GG was not just called here, but I guess they don't have their building damage guy. Yeah, he's a universal hero, so he does some damage now. Yeah, 214. Flamethrower though.
Yeah, he should go buy it. Or sell Soul Ring Wand and buy Deso.
Oh, yeah. Easy.
Did someone else force staff him in? Because I think his was already on cooldown. Anyway, sick play from them. And then Mikoto gets the very cool Rampage, which could have been a double. As,
Metamorphosis is there. Rocket Flares coming out from the Clockwork Aghanim Scepter. Timado trying to dodge this eventual hook shot to come. They're going to smoke up to make it a little bit harder. Jabz, though, with the Firefly. Looking for an opening himself, but the buildings are melting. The tier 3 tower is already dead.
The Glacier!
Glacier from Timado! Huge play from him! And they're going to lose their range racks now. Don't worry, it's back up relatively shortly. Bryle jumps in with the BKB, gets the Pulverize on the correct target, but the Grab Ally, the counter to the Glacier has been used, but can you beat Timado in the fountain with Glacier? Look at the damage being applied. He pops the cheese. Makoto's going to stay alive as a result, but the Mega Creeps will come. Glacier again, the multi-shot, the extra arrows being applied. Insane damage from him, but Bryle looking on, can't do much about it. As it looks like the Mega Creeps will finally come. Timado might have a third Glacier available for this game. in this final stand to come.
This is the combo, Glacier plus Chrysalis.
Okay, Chrysalis, Glacier combo. Very icy indeed. Mikoto already popped the reactive armor. Onslaught, he's going to continue on now. Cancels it halfway through.
Oh, boom, boom.
Bryle. Yeah, Mikoto does a bit of damage there. And the Glacier was used again. I forgot to hype that up. Didn't use it at all, though. Timado, 3 If you get Octarine Core, imagine, and Spell Prism, imagine how often you could use it. Yeah. You can put Tombstone up there. There's actually a lot of counters to Glacier. It's not very good. But
really?
30K lead for Talon. The Mega Creeps. There's the Glacier from Timado. Bryle, Pulverize. Where's the grab ally? Not being used. He's not in range right now. And that's the Aegis. Ollie too late to the party. That limp really catching up to him.
Who's getting lassoed?
Metamorphosis. Now the tier 4 tower's starting to melt. Oh. Look, the Glacier again being used to full effect to kill some creeps. Tier 4 tower number 2. 23 Savage will get it. Throne exposed. Timado. He's ready to go with Glacier. The Firefly is there.
Oh,
Bryle, another Pulverize. Ari getting quite low in the thick of things. And the TB's gonna get the Sunder off just in time. And Timado, he does still have Glacier. Just letting everybody know. Still has the usage in the fountain, which he's gonna use now. Look at those creeps get decimated. Unbelievable play as finally, for some reason, GGs are called literally 15 minutes after the game was actually over. And Talon take game 1.
They did it for you.
Yeah,
so you get to see the Glacier.
I appreciate that. We saw more Glaciers than we've ever seen.
This game was all Talon from start to finish.
I apologize, all of my North American fans in the chat right now, because I have a very pessimistic panel about TSM's prospect in game 2.
This is where you tell your side lanes, someone go feed and refill my bottle.
Yeah, might be worth it. Q, he's going to watch this get denied. Whitemon just going to TP out. Man, the lane would be so different right now if he didn't have that miss.
Melt barely missing there. Ollie
Storm, telekinesis to bring him back in. Ollie looks to be dead, and first blood drawn. Kasane gets the money for it, and that is a stark difference from last game for him.
Like when you get this level 5 on Underlord, he gets 3 levels on Aura with Vanguard, you can just deny every creep in front of Medusa's face. That's definitely one thing to try and slow down the hero, force him into the jungle, as we have the river lane.
Yep, this is new. This is being beta tested right now for the next big 8.0 patch.
Yep, 5 lanes.
That's right. With 6 players, of course. Oh, it's gonna be 6v6.
Oh, that's really hype.
Yep, Timado with the Blood Red getting pursued by Q right now. The Blood Grenade was there. And it looks like he's just gonna get chased down very casually. So nice rotation overall from Talon.
I mean, Darkseer, Bad Rider. This is a nasty dual combo if they just get to be on top of you. It's something very similar in both these games where Mikoto is just kind of, he's untouchable in the mid lane. And he's like slowly but surely bodying Bryle out of the lane.
Yep.
It was worse in game 1, of course, with the Timber against Primal matchup. As down bottom, we have 3 heroes.
Yep, and we have the Blood Right coming out. Echo Stomp is there as well. Telekinesis back onto the other side of the wall from Jabz. Looks like he is going to drop, and it's going to be a trade for Ari. Timado sped up quite a bit, but the Blood Grenade is going to slow him down along with the sticky napalm. Lasso just in range as Ollie gets off the Echo Stomp, and a couple more right clicks will suffice. Double kill for Mr. Ollie.
I mean, that was the right play for TSM. Looks like TSM are going for smoke. They know that there's a lot of pressure down in this bottom area. But they'll have to be careful about who they run into. I think if these 2 heroes run into the TA, I don't know if they can do that much to it. But Ollie, different story.
Yep, he is found. And he is killed. There we go, as Jabz.
Oh, good rupture.
Rupture coming out from Timado as well. Blood Right to follow.
Very good.
The Fiend's Gate being used by Kasane to help out in this engagement. It's already a 2-for-1 in favor of TSM. Mikoto pops the shield rune, so he's invulnerable. Timado now running away. Bryle out of mana now, but they're not going to go chase him any further. 4 stacks of sticky napalm, and the lasso will be the death of Timado. So double kill from Mikoto. And it started out as a pretty good engagement for TSM, but I think Talon will still be happy with this.
Not a nice trap on Mikoto.
It looks like Ari's Dunzo.
Yep, they can just tank through it. I mean, there's definitely one thing. If I'm playing Bloodseeker, one of the heroes there's 2 heroes I don't want to play against that are like top 5 worst matchups. And Bad Rider and Medusa are like kind of 2 of them. This Crimson Guard coming up, I think, has to be one of the timings that TSM have to play for.
Yeah.
Both Global Silence plus that. And try to avoid Kasane dying to the bat, which
Talon, they actually want to try to defend this. The tower is going to die one way or the other. Will they get Kasane? He's shadowed by a couple members. Nice vacuum into the wall as Whitemon trying to finish off Q. They do get Kasane. So 2 members of TSM drop. They get the tower, but it costs them.
It doesn't really matter what items you have. They need to try to use this timing. Global at least makes, you know, all of the enemy heroes not cast any spells. Go for a smoke, try to get 1 kill, and back off. Allow Timado to have space on the map as Bryle straight into them.
Oh no! Okay.
That's a dirty surprise.
Yeah.
But he will still have great timings. Dragonlance Chrysalis, by the time 15-minute comes by, he's gonna have the shard. Maybe it's just some cheaper stuff, so you can still have like all this little bonus damage and the shard at 15 as Jabz.
Yeah, Bryle has to use a good portion of his mana just to catch up to Jabz. Telekinesis is just in time. Rupture now.
Global.
He's going to pop the mech to keep him alive a little bit longer, but eventually TSM do find their target.
Very, very, very needed kill on the map right now. I mean, Ursa was great, but Ursa is just
so Ursa, TA, I think they fixed Enchantress.
They fixed Enchantress, yes. And any hero that does it from like outranging, so to say.
So is there any other hero that can solo? Is the
Jabz is still good.
Bryle.
There's Mikoto in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. Oh, we got the first rotation from 23 Savage. Forgot there was a Medusa in this game.
There's the lasso again.
And they kill off Bryle right off the bat. And now Kasane pops that Crimson Guard. Let's see how much it's going to keep him alive. It doesn't. 3 members of TSM get crushed.
Well, Crimson Guard is good against 2 of the cores, but there's still a lot of mixed damage.
Like you said, does have the gap closed now in the Blink Dagger.
It's very good patience by him. He doesn't see too much, so jumping too far there, like for some random Rubik kill, and you're up 9k gold, like killing Rubik once more and putting yourself in danger is not worth it.
Ollie's very fast.
He's just getting in there.
Not put on the cliff though. He's going to get initiated on, but the double damage activated now from Mikoto. Deletes Bryle off the face of the map. Whitemon is next. Ari will be third. Not a triple kill, but 3 kills nonetheless for Talon.
Or it just keeps getting worse.
It's starting to look a lot like Christmas.
Oh, pit back to mid, baby. Get that wave.
I'm glad the Elder Titan is coming back now.
Yeah, Briefcase Man is always very good to watch.
I do miss the occasional core Briefcase Man, though.
I agree with
Kasane, that. He's going to be spotted. Silence comes out from the trap. Newly picked up shard from Mikoto. He pops the Crimson, and that scares them off. But Whitemon, he was there a moment ago.
Oh, happy birthday.
Very painful birthday for him. He's going to remember this for years to come.
He might. This is similar to like the last game. I don't think you have that many. It's not as much on you here if you're TSM as Q looking for another play. Easy silence, slow flame break. It's going to fly on top of him. Don't even need to use the lasso. Godlike for Mikoto.
Yeah, he is owning. How much of a difference would that first death have made?
Everything.
That missed chance.
That if they go on anyone, they would have to dive somewhere. They'll just be like, okay, let's just go Roche. As Timado, he's going to try to just scrape his BKB into this game. He is basically 1 creep away from it. As Bryle, not so happy.
Oh, might have time? No.
Nice flame break. Hold up. I think it's flying out.
All right, we'll see.
It is, and I love it.
Oh, wow.
I mean, he could probably RNG his item at this point. I think Blink is good. No, but the Solar Crest is great because your Medusa and your TA, they can just frontline. You pop the Solar Crest on them. Like, you don't need some fancy item. Just do something for your team.
Smoke. Nice Pit of Malice.
Good Rupture.
Onto Q. Gets off the lasso, though. He's going to live through the Rupture for a long time, and then a vacuum comes out.
Kill this man.
Trying to get to the other side. Kasane's left all alone, and he will die. And somehow Q remains alive. Whitemon's going to get dropped by Mikoto now. Stone Gaze not really being effectively used here. Could have been a lot worse, but I cannot believe Q lived. Now Roche is eventually going to be taken here. So Talon.
Oh, the zip though.
With a way to
sound. Surely next fight, slow down, please. So we have a gem on Talon now. Once again, just if you're ahead in the game, you want to close down the map. Gem is great for you. Try to get all these wards out that the enemies have to place in order to try and dodge you accordingly. Flame break now stolen by Rubik. Not that anyone cares. as Ari is dead anyway after stealing it.
Yep. Unfortunate.
Unlucky.
And now Talon can just play methodically, picking out these outer towers.
Run!
Okay, Timado has to pop the BKB. Gets the Rupture off onto Q. We've seen this story before. Blood Rights being there.
Oh,
the silence actually connects. And the lasso, the Storm Spirit. Oh, Bryle, another flame break, but he gets the zip just in time. And the Crimson Guard giving
vacuum into the
mitigation to get away. Whitemon inside the wall. Kasane trying to run away, but he is slowed to a crawl. This Scotty doing absolute work. So Bryle at the very least doesn't die, but Talon still don't lose any members. They're going to get the tier 2, and I mean, surely you get the Tormentor.
And that was a clutch silence by Mikoto. He knows what's coming. I mean, the only way Q dies there is if they commit more. You drop the trap, he gets a silence, and the GG.
Called.
I don't blame them. I don't think they don't have a chance anymore.
Yeah.
21k down to 24. Super fat Medusa TA. I mean, Talon just kind of put on a clinical performance in both these games.
Yeah, this... I don't know if TSM is struggling. Their record obviously isn't the greatest right now. It's not like they haven't won a game or anything. But this series was just not competitive at all.